Straight ahead on SWX tonight, a beloved football icon is found dead. Police are treating it as a suicide. We'll have the latest on former Charger great Junior Seau. Gonzaga and Oregon square off in another non-conference matchup that hardly felt like a midweek pairing tonight. We'll have highlights from that ball game in Spokane. And a breakout ball game for Kyle Seager, but would it be enough to help the Mariners avoid a fifth straight loss? It's all coming up on SWX tonight. All right, this coming in just late tonight, Jared Weaver becoming the first pitcher to throw a no-hitter in Anaheim in 37 years. He struck out 9 batters, walking just 1 as Weaver and the Angels no-hit the Twins tonight, 9-0. And with that, we welcome you to SWX tonight. I'm Sam Adams, and speaking of baseball, Gonzaga continuing to take all comers right now. Tonight, the 7th-ranked Oregon Ducks wrapped up a 2-game set with the Zags in Spokane. GU trying to take some momentum into this weekend's WCC series at St. Mary's. Bottom of 3, Gonzaga down 6-3. They load the bases with nobody out. They draw back-to-back walks to plate 2. And the Bulldogs draw within 1. Still in the 3rd, Mitchell Gonzalez with a sharp ground ball to first. Step on the bag for 1, throw to home for 2. Alex Stanford cut down at the plate. Spike can't believe it. Neither can Mark Mactoff. Only difference is Spike didn't get ejected. GU still down by 1. Still in the 3rd, drop 3rd strike, and Alex Bonchek will come in to score. But Oregon once again edges GU by 1 run. 8-7 your final. And Gonzaga will resume conference play this weekend on the road at St. Mary's. GU currently 7-8 in the WCC. Then next week, the Zags will host powerhouse Arizona State. Non-conference home series. That's Saturday, May 12th game. We will have that for you right here on SWX, Saturday at 6 p.m. The Mariners, meanwhile, continue with their 10-game road trip in Tampa, trying to snap a season-high 4-game skid. Looking to right the ship against the Rays. The M's threatening early. 2 aboard in the first. Kyle Seager at the plate. And Seager with a silver bullet to right. 3-run home run, ending a Mariner drought of 0 for 30 with runners in scoring position. It's 3-0 Seattle. Bottom of 4, game tied at 2. Jose Molina doubles in a right. 2 runs come home. Rays take a 4-2 lead. Top of 6, now 4-3. And Kyle Seager strikes again. Roll me away. A 3 for 4 night for Mr. Seager. And 3 RBI. By the way, 2 home runs. But the Rays would answer. Check this out. Luke Scott with a drive to center. Here's Michael Saunders with the inadvertent assist. The ball goes off his glove over the wall for the home run. Rays win 5-4. M's have now lost 5 in a row and are now 4 games below 500. Spokane Shock have their swagger back in the AFL, but can they carry it over now Friday in Salt Lake City? The Shock are coming off back-to-back wins over Milwaukee and Jacksonville and resume divisional play now in the West against Utah. Kyle Raleigh has been a big part of the Shock turnaround, and he has thrown now 14 touchdowns against 3 interceptions in 3 games since re-signing with the team.
He's getting better every week. We can always improve out here. He can always improve out here. He understands that and he knows that. So he's more consistent than what we've had in the past. So he's doing really well and hopefully continues to get better.
And that's my focus right now, just get on the same page with the receivers where I can throw the ball before they're even out of their break, and they know where the ball's coming depending on what look we see.
All right, and you can see the Spokane Shock taking on the Utah Blaze Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll have it live on this here channel, SWX. A split decision for the Spokane Chiefs at today's annual WHL Awards ceremony in Calgary. Reed Gow has been named the league's Scholastic Player of the Year, and Brennan Kitchton is the runner-up for the Bill Hunter Trophy, given out to the WHL's top defenseman. Red Deer's Alex Petrovich beat out Kitchton for that award. And the Tri-City Americans also taking home some hardware, lots of it. Forward Brendan Shinneman winning the Fort Broncos Memorial Trophy as the league's MVP. And head coach Jim Hiller, the league's coach of the year. The AMs reached the Western Conference Finals before they were swept by the Portland Winterhawks. And with that award ceremony in the books, that leaves the Bantam draft in the WHL coming up on Thursday. Seattle Thunderbirds on the clock with the first overall choice. Chiefs with the 14th pick, and the AMs 21st in the first round. And the puck drops on the WHL Finals between the Winterhawks and Oil Kings. That series starts tomorrow night, Game 1 in Edmonton. That best-of-7 series decides who will compete in this year's Memorial Cup. Seattle Seahawks used to make the Inland Northwest their home away from home with training camp in Cheney. Now, even though the Hawks now spend the bulk of their time in the Seattle area, the team is reaching out to the Spokane area today, stopping by Deer Park Middle School. Yeah, who doesn't like breakfast? That would be Seahawk fullback Michael Robinson helping Deer Park celebrate its win in the Fuel Up to Play 60 statewide student challenge. Their Play 60 team promotes eating nutritious meals and getting at least 1 hour of exercise each day.
I do wish it was a program like this when I was young. I think the biggest difference in today's young people is that they just have so many other things to do, whether than go outside and run around, or whether than thinking about eating healthy. You know, a lot of them, especially because the generation of parents that's coming up now, they use the TV and video games to kind of raise kids. And I think that getting into the schools and having the schools reinforce that eating healthy and going outside and playing, I think is just doing great things for these kids.
And Fuel Up to Play 60 is one of several nationwide programs dedicated to fighting childhood obesity. We are nearing Race Day in Bloomsday 2012. Today, race organizers announced this year's elite field. Our own Alex Razier has more on the best that Bloomsday has to offer.
Sam, good evening. A very pleasant night tonight as you take a look down at just part of what is the Bloomsday route. For the 36th annual Bloomsday, here's what you can expect. More than 50,000 people. That's more than 100,000 feet total. All crowded into downtown Spokane, ready to tackle a 12-kilometer or a 7.5-mile run. The elite athletes were announced today, and last year's elite female winner is this year's top seed, Missaka McConan. But Bloomsday elite athlete coordinator John Neal says she's had back-to-back marathons in recent weeks, including one in Hong Kong, so it is tricky to say how she will fare on Sunday. On the elite men's side this year, there is going to be a new champion crowned because last year's champion Simon Durangu will not take part, but John Neal says do not be concerned.
The men's field, however, is loaded. Leading the pack will be Alan Kiprono of Kenya. Last year, Kiprono gave Durangu everything he had and fell 1 second shy of the win. His time last year was 33:59, which was the 6th fastest Bloomsday time in race history.
Elite men and women are two of the three big races. The third is the elite wheelchair racers. This year there are 46 athletes competing, including Spokane native Adam Bleakney. He is a front runner for the men. For the women, Amanda McRory from the University of Illinois is the top contender. And John Neal told me that many of the elite entrants have won road races all across the country this spring, so many of them are expected to be in very good shape when they arrive in Spokane this weekend. If you're not an elite runner, just enjoy the race and stay out of the way. That includes you, Sam Adams. We'll send it back to you.
Alex, I'll try. I'll be on the truck, and SWX is proud to bring you unprecedented local coverage of this year's Bloomsday Run. We'll be having a live camera feed from the elite races on the trucks, allowing you to watch every step of the race from Doomsday Hill all the way to the finish line. Our live coverage starts bright and early this Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Stunning news tonight. Former NFL star Junior Seau found dead at his home today from a gunshot wound to his chest. Seau was a standout linebacker at USC, of course, went on to play for the San Diego Chargers in the NFL. He led that team to the Super Bowl in 1995. Seau's death currently being investigated as a suicide. His mother today spoke to the hundreds of fans who gathered outside his home thanking them for their support.
But I say today, thank you. I appreciate you guys show your love to my son. I don't understand who do this to my son, but I pray to God, please take me, leave my son. But it's too late.